moment there, like the killer's coming to come behind you and kill you. All right, so let's try this again because we'll just edit that part out. Yep. Every time I'm about to start to say something, you do something. Yep. That's my sister.
Okay, we'll try again.
Try again. So this is Josephine Beintema with Authors Helping Authors, a weekly Zoom meeting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to which all authors of any genre and any experience are most welcome to join us as we talk about publishing and writing and just, marketing and bouncing ideas off of each other. So today it's me and Tracy, and we're waiting for anybody else who wants to drop in, chit chat, and discuss things. You are more than welcome to come. The Zoom link is in the details below. If you're watching YouTube, if it's on Facebook, then I have posted it as well. So again, it is a weekly meeting, and you are more than welcome, hi Bean, to come on by and share your expertise, share your questions, brainstorm with us and discuss various author-like items. So tonight, I thought we would discuss writing to market. Oops, she's running away. That's cool. I can start without her. That's fine. She's running away. So we're going to discuss writing to market and how, like, if you have no idea where to start, except for maybe what type of book you might want to write, how you would learn to write to market. The reasons why it's good to write to market is because there is a audience available looking for new authors and new works, and they like that type of material, especially if it's very popular in that genre. The downside is that sometimes it can be hard to write. You have to fulfill their expectations, readers' expectations, not always your own, and thus they can always be a little bit critical as well. But the good news is that it usually results in very good sales if you are targeting your market correctly and if you are writing to them correctly, which means that you will get an income from writing and self-publishing, or even publishing traditionally. We don't rule that out. I just usually talk about self-publishing because that's what I know, because that's what I do. So writing to market is a lot of fun. I enjoy it a lot. It means that you're kind of in control of what you do, but you also have to kind of play within the lines, color within the lines of the coloring book. So I'm going to switch us over to Amazon. Where is Amazon? Over here. So you can see my Amazon, right, Tracy?
Yes.
Perfect. So these are my books right here. I write to the clean romance genre, which means that all of my fabulous books, obviously, they usually have a couple on them, and they look very happy, and everybody has their clothes on because it's clean. There's no sex. Well, I shouldn't say no sex, but if there's any sex, it's behind closed doors, and usually not between unmarried couples, because the clean romance bunch want their stuff clean. They don't want anything that goes beyond PG. That's my audience. Those are my readers. That's their expectations, and you can see it in my covers that it reaches for that happy little housewife, or that older lady who has retired and has some time on her hands, who wants to read a large print book, or people who are just enjoy that warm fuzzy feeling that the Hallmark videos give them. So that's kind of where I'm coming from when I am writing to market. Now, let's get off of that. If I put something, how we can research, if I put something in here, so let's say for this one, we'll go with political thriller bestsellers. So I don't write political thrillers at all. Not my thing. I do read them, but I don't write them. Maybe someday, but not right now. So if you go up there and you're going to look over like the first page or even the first 100 books, So you look over these books and you want to see what they kind of have in common. Now, so Writing to Market, we've got, excuse me, The Spy and the Traitor, we've got The Spider Heist, we have David Baldacci, sorry, I can't speak, The Whole Truth, In Sheep's Clothing. This is an odd looking cover compared to the other covers, although it's right up there, The Price of Time. This might be a author who already, I don't even know Tim Tigner. I know Mark Greaney, and I know Joel Rosenberg. You notice that a lot of political thrillers usually have like a symbolic US type architectural building on them. A lot of times the White House too. You'll also notice that they have tiny little black people. Well, silhouette people, I should say. Silhouette people. Because they like to have people who aren't very distinguishable. Otherwise, if they have a series, then they have to have the model the whole way through. And some of these people, some of the writers take like up to a year or more to write their book. So it takes a long time to kind of do those particular covers. So it's always better to have indistinguishable people in the background. You'll notice that they're usually very dark covers. And everything is a lot of caps. You see that? Very clear, very easy to read caps. So we've got capital letters in pretty much all of them. Pretty cool, eh? So James Patterson. So you can see some covers right there that you're looking at. You know, kind of sharp covers. This guy, indistinguishable. You can't see his face. He's got his suit on. Everybody is right there with their capital letters. Usually either name on top or name on bottom, and yeah, very dark sort of colors. And then there was this one, which honestly I wouldn't have put as a political thriller whatsoever. So sometimes Amazon gets it wrong. So don't always take Amazon correctly to always be correct. But this one actually doesn't have caps on there, but they've got their indistinguishable gentleman running away, and you've got your building in the background, see? So you'll notice that a lot of them have, that one is like book 3, book 1, thriller. Thriller is already in the title or in the subtitle. They like to book 8, book 3. So political thrillers, they tend to write in series. So you're going to write in series for your people. Let's go into Sheep's Clothing. We'll go into this one for the fun of it. You can look at the prices as well. You'll see that this guy is, Kindle is $4.92. A lot of them were around the $8 to $9 area for Kindle. So you know that that's kind of in the price range once you become a more, I would say a more well, I won't say mainstream, become more established, then I would charge those prices. At the beginning, I would go underneath them to get people to kind of come to you. So go a little bit underneath and go from there. So right here, if you're a fan of Designated Survivor, you'll love this riveting, action-packed political thriller. So I don't know if anybody's watched Designated Survivor. That is a television series that had Kiefer Sutherland in it. And basically the White House pretty much got blown up. And he became the president by default because he was the designated survivor should anything go wrong. And so it was a TV show. I don't know how long it lasted, but it was a political thriller kind of show. And they are throwing that in because if you hit designated survivor up here, they're hoping that this will come up when you search for it. So you might be searching for the television series in DVD form, or maybe some books about it, and this guy will come up and you'll go, hey, maybe I'll look at that. So that's kind of a marketing ploy right there. They're playing toward those sorts of fans right there for it. So let's go with read more. And this will tell you their blurb right here. And so you're going to kind of follow the same sort of rules that other political thrillers go to. So obviously you're going to have a political aspect, you're going to have a mystery, you're going to have a lot of suspense, you're going to have, you know, some deep consequences if things go wrong. You're going to have a lot of little small climactic points to a big climax, and then obviously somebody has to save the day, or they've got to give the impression that they've almost saved the day, and then head into the next book. So that's always fun too. If you want to jump in, Tracy, at any time to ask any questions or anything like that, please go for it. And you can.
Well, when you mentioned the price of it being lower, I did see that it was on sale. A couple of them were on sale for that price. So yeah, you said they're regularly around 11, 12, 10.
Well,
So
yeah. You really want to kind of look at your pricing, and that will tell you how to price your book. I would always kind of go at first. You want to go underneath them because, hey, people like to save a little bit of money. But once you pick up steam, you want to be charging the same price as these guys. Because if you've got the fan base, why wouldn't you charge the same amount as the other authors? You're an author too, right? I don't know if they do it here, but I'll tell you something that we do in romance is that we usually either set the first book of a series either at free, like perma-free, or at 99 cents, because we're trying to get you hooked on our series. So you'll find sometimes this one, they actually have number 2 at a little bit less. This one is not, this one's, $4.92. But usually you would see it the other way around, that the first one would be a little bit less to try and get you hooked. So you know it's a 2-book series, you know that this is the second book. It has the same sort of look as the first book, that sort of big sky, dark images. This time it's got a helicopter, and again the block lettered. So that's kind of how the covers work. But yeah, every kind of area kind of follows its own format. And once you know the format, you can fill in the blanks. And you can create, it's kind of like a template for your book, right? So once you have the basic details of what a political thriller is, then you can go from there. Now, here they've got the Kindle for $11.42, Kindle $4.31, Kindle $9.54, Kindle $4.92, $5.03. I go by the Kindle prices because that's what most people are buying now. You can, I mean, if you're doing an audiobook, or if you normally it's $30, see? Or if you're doing a hardcover or a paperback, you would look at those prices as well, and then you can kind of figure out how to price yours from there. So name a different type of book, Tracy. Any book you want.
Actually, I was going to ask if you think that the pricing sales happen kind of across the board at the same time.
I think right now there is a bit of a pricing sale from some people because we're all stuck inside with COVID-19. And so they're kind of maximizing on that, and they're trying to draw readers in, because the first couple weeks, I'd say the first 3 weeks, we were all glued to the news. And now we're all like, I don't want to talk about the news. I'd rather go escape. So whether it's taking a walk, watching Netflix, or reading a good book, now we're all into escape mode. And so now these guys are like, hey, I'll charge $4.31 instead of my usual $15.99 to draw in a bunch of readers. And I'll bet you his book number 2, let's go see. Let's go see that. Okay, so it's a 2-book series. Book number 1 is $4.31. Book number 2 is $4.95. So it's a little bit more. And it will be released on July 23rd. So this book is coming up. That's why it's a lower price, because it'll be a pre-order price, and then later on it'll go up. I was gonna say otherwise I would expect book number 2 to be up higher, but Yeah, I think they're doing a smart move and making them just under $5 to go and grab your attention and make it a little bit cheaper so that you're buying, because they know that we're inside right now. They know we don't have that much income right now, so it is a smart marketing ploy to say, hey, books are a third of the price, come and get it, right? Because people want to escape right now. So right now is actually a really great time to be releasing a book, in my opinion. Not if it's a virus book. That might not go over well, but other ones would go over well. Yeah, a lot of like FBI agents in this political thrillers, things like that. So yeah, this one has bank robbers going on, but they're not who they seem. So it could be very, very interesting. Okay, so let's choose a different genre. What do you think, Tracy?
Oh, the Marie Kondo, of course. The self-help cleaning.
Help organizing. Marie Kondo's
Because she
book
just got a new one
organizing.
out. She just came with a new one. Oh, I like her
The
too.
Joy at Work. It's
Emily.
right here.
Emily, and then Joy and stuff like that, or go make movies out of them that the prices change.
Yes, yes, because if your book, okay, if my book like picked up a Netflix series or picked up a movie, it generates a lot of PR. And so you can pop up the price a little bit because people are going to be interested. So over here we've got Marie Kondo, which we've talked about right just before. Joy at Work, organizing your professional life. It's just come out. So they have it, instead of $24, they've got it at $13, so almost half price. It is very clean. It has the Japanese lettering because she's Japanese, I do believe, right? You know more about this than me. Tracy? Hello?
Yes, she is Japanese.
Okay.
Sorry, I muted myself because the dog was making noise at one point.
Okay, okay. We've got organizing solutions for people with ADHD, which their cover looks interesting. It's got a lot of post-it notes on it. Probably a little cluttered in my opinion. We have minimalism, which is a kind of cartoony head. This one I really like. This is a very well laid out cover. This is attractive to me. It's very simple, but you'll notice there's a lot of white there in those first four ones, kind of cream and white.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got this one, which to me kind of looks a little, it's a block cover. I wouldn't have gone with that. It's also very cheap. I don't know.
It is blue and it kind of stands out compared to the rest, but it doesn't look like it fits with the rest.
It doesn't look like it fits with the rest. It doesn't look that professional. No offense to intro books. It just doesn't. You know, this looks very professional to me. It looks very, you can see Simply Living Well. You can tell that it's a self-help book. It just looks very attractive to me. And I would pay the $13 for that, and I would not pay the $304 for this, but that's just me, right? So you're looking at what your audience wants when you're doing, this is pretty cool too, when you're doing it to market. So what is your audience going to like? Really great. See, this one I would pick up for that price. Just by the cover, it just looks so nice. Obviously it is French. No, it's Italian. It's Italian. Sorry, I was gonna say obviously it's French, but no, it's Italian, which is funny as all get out. But it's right up there, so obviously it's making a lot of sales. And this is Amazon.com, so this is the US site that I'm using because that's where most of my books sell. So you can use your home site or you can look at other ones. But yes, this is a very, again, very attractive color. The white with the popping colors there, very easy, you know, to see what it is. Like the price, I would probably buy it if I knew Italian. I don't know that enough Italian for that. This one, again, I like it, but it does look a little, because it's got this. This bothers me because in the early 1990s, a lot of books were putting like a little seal on their book. And to me, that's dated. But again, depends what you want to do. Make your bed. Sounds like a really great thing. Make your bed, little things that can change your life and maybe the world. Not a great cover. Maybe they're going more for guys than for ladies, but not a great cover, in my opinion. So you're gonna look at different ones. I love the life-changing magic of tidying up. To me,
Even
that's
though it has
not
that
really a
theme.
great cover. I like her. I don't overly like her other cover, but her joy, like her one up here versus that one. This is a better cover than this one down here. Again, it's got that little seal thing going on. That bothers me, and it's just kind of grainy. You don't get right away that this is about cleaning up things. This one you get, it's about cleaning up things. And again, you can see your prices. So this one's on pre-order, so he's not going to be released till the end of the month. All about love. Wow, there are various different ones here, aren't there? Let's go into the minimalist fashion.
She is very popular.
Pardon?
333 is very popular.
Oh yeah,
well.
okay.
Yeah.
But I can see why. It's the minimalist fashion challenge that proves less really is so much more. It's grabby to the ladies, just like, you know, a lot of political thrillers are grabby to the guys. This is grabby to the ladies. We can easily identify, even though that these are not full like pictures, you can identify easily what each and every one of these are, right? It's a nice color. It has a nice white background. It looks nice and clean. The Kindle is $10.61, so you know you can see the prices really range, but you can go up to a $10 depending what you are. She has joy in there. You know why she has joy in there? The joy of cleaning up. Marie Kondo. Again, that's a marketing keyword ploy. So every time somebody types in Marie Kondo after they get through her list, this guy is going to pop up.
And quite often people
probably on the first page. Pardon?
Quite often the ones that do buy the other one already know about this one, and they do. So since it is bought quite often, they might have to be suggesting it anyways, and so then putting that in that.
Yeah, but this is how you, as an author, if you were to make a book, if you were to market a book in this genre, by putting that joy word right in your first line, or even right in your sub heading, if you can, that will kick it to be brought up, right? You're playing the algorithms of Amazon and trying to get what do I want to call it? Exposure to your book.
I think she has actually 3 things in there that are trending as well, because the minimalism, the joy,
and
then the decluttering.
Yeah, so she's got definitely some keywords in there to try and grab some things. So she's got different reviews, product details. So you can also go down to product, fashion, and art, which is awesome. You can have a little biography. I was just wondering what the also bots would say. Oh, those were the reviews. Books you may like. Yeah, that's just what it thinks I want, which is kind of funny, but I don't. Okay, so let's read more here. But obviously, if you're going to write a self-help book on cleaning, you have to talk about cleaning. You have to talk about minimalism. You have to talk about how you change your life through cleaning. And you're going to look at probably what elements are, and then kind of capture those elements into your own book. It might be kind of a funny story about how you had so much laundry that you accidentally tripped over it, and, you know, like split open your chin. Meanwhile, the first date is at the front door, you know, ringing the doorbell, waiting for you to come down. And yeah, so at that point, that was the breaking point, and you decided you had to clean your house. You know, things like that, just to kind of grab readers in, and reasonings why things work, why things don't, and discussing how to choose what to keep and what not to keep, things like that, right?
Would you also grab inspiration from like popular blogs or shows or?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would definitely look at what's playing on Netflix. You know, type in a genre there and see what comes up, because that's what people are watching, right? Do the algorithms get it wrong? Yes, they do once in a while. But you can pop up any sort of algorithm and you can look at it and think about market share and decide, like, is this your target audience? Is this what you were trying to reach? There are all sorts of little niches and little areas to write in. The thing is that if you're going to write something and you're writing it to market, to know what your market is expecting. Because if your market is expecting like extreme home makeover, right? And then you deliver like, you know, Marie Kondo, we're going to clean your house. Meanwhile, they're expecting renovations. It's a different thing, right? They might like part of it, but they were expecting something else. So don't mislead them, right? So writing to market is very important that you fulfill those readers' expectations. So because if I'm not giving them the happily ever after, then they're just unhappy with my book and going, where's my happy ending? Because that's what characters are in that genre. Can you write those types of characters? Can you write that sort of background? Is it really a descriptive genre? Is it not a descriptive genre? Because if you're not into describing things, but most of the books that are there are really, really detailed, it might not be what you want to write. And I'm not saying that you can't write it differently than what they're doing. Sometimes you can take that risk and it will really pay off because you're slightly different, but you're close enough that they really, really like it, right? But sometimes it'll just flop. And you're always going to have readers that criticize it, and you're always going to have readers that love it. The key is to get the majority of readers in your target market to love you so that you make sales and you can make a living at this and do it all the time.